It has become a great opportunity for young Indian footballers to showcase their talent in the Next Gen Cup, and to talk more about it, I'm joined by none other than the Director of Football Premier League, Mr. Saunders. Thank you very much for talking to us. First of all, how significant is the partnership between FSDL and Premier League in this context in new Next Generation Cup?
Yeah, I mean, the Premier League is a global league, and we can see how passionate about Premier League football fans are in India, and I guess our relationship with the Indian Super League is about helping to grow the game in India, and specifically we have a mutual cooperation agreement that is focused around supporting the development of players, coaches and referees, and the Next Gen Cup is obviously an important part of that, allowing the opportunity for some of the best young talents in India to come over and compete against Premier League teams, and we hope they have a really positive experience, but also that they learn a lot about their own development, and that they take that back to India to help them on the next steps of their journey to becoming a professional player.
And how fruitful is this partnership between FSDL and the Premier League, and how encouraging is to see the growth of Indian football over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to go to India and see the passion that is there for football and for the Premier League, and to see the Indian Super League growing. The Next Gen Cup is one part of our relationship, but we've held conferences and events. We regularly share knowledge and best practice between the English Premier League clubs and with Indian Super League clubs, and that's something that we're really committed to trying to support the growth of the game in India, and we're really pleased to be able to do that.
And FSDL and the Premier League is also working on different aspects of football in developing coaching and referees, etc. How do you see that growing, and would you please expand on that?
Yeah, I think the development of players, referees and coaches is what helps to support the development of the game and raise the quality across all of those areas, and that's part of what our mutual cooperation agreement is founded on, and we see that continuing for the coming years, whether that be through sharing best practice or whether that be through providing best competition like the Next Gen Cup. We're keen to explore that further with our friends in India and helping to grow the game.
And the other day, West Morgan and Jermaine Defoe, they were talking about this kind of initiative can become really helpful for Indian to take up sports. I mean, youngsters in India particularly to take up sports. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think everybody needs young people need role models to look up to, and hopefully watching the Premier League or the Indian Super League, those young people are seeing some really outstanding role models, and Wes and Jermaine are two great examples of that. And then for those young people that have the opportunity to get into the ISO academies, to come to England and see the facilities that are on hand here at Leicester City, and also for the other tournament that's taking place at Tottenham's training ground, and to compete against some of our best young players from England. We really hope that provides them with a really good learning opportunity and helps to further sort of develop their love and passion for the game as they continue on their journey to becoming a professional player, we hope.
And how important is this tournament like Next Gen Cup for especially those players who are coming out of the academy and knocking the door of the senior football circuit? Yeah,
competitive football is really important part of the development pathway for English players or for Indian players or for the South African boys that are here, and the Next Gen Cup provides that opportunity for players to come together and compete in a tournament for a prize. But also what's good about the Next Gen Cup is we do have teams from different parts of the globe, and they will bring different challenges, and they will allow those players to learn different things, tactics and techniques that some players from India maybe bring in compared to players from South Africa or from England, and that's a great thing. I'm looking forward to seeing the games here this afternoon and seeing how the teams compete against each other.
And as you were talking about your experience in India, I mean, do you really see Indian footballers growing up down the line from here, 10 years from here, and playing them in top tier Premier League clubs and all?
Well, we've seen how the game has grown. We had the England under-17s won the World Cup back in 2017 that took place out in India. So the likes of Phil Foden were in that team, and obviously he's now playing in the Premier League in a starring role. So there are a number of our young players that have a really warm affinity with India, and we can see the game growing there and the passion for the sport, and part our relationship with the Indian Super League is about trying to grow that game, and so that we see more young Indian players coming through. And wouldn't it be fantastic to one day see some Indian players playing in the Premier League?
Thank you so much for talking to us. Lovely talking.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.